Dear students, in last lecture we have discussed some important definitions from coordination chemistry. We have concluded the lecture with the definition of a ligand. So the ligand means the species, the atom, ion or molecule which is able to donate electron pair to central metal atom or ion, and there is formation of coordination compounds. Let us see today classification of ligands. This classification is based on number of donor atoms present in that ligand. First type, monodentate ligands, or they are also called as unidentate ligands. The name indicates that this ligand contains only one donor atom through which they attach to the central metal atom or ion. So these contain only one donor atom and have ability to attach to the central metal ion or atom through only one donor atom. That means this ligand donates only one electron pair to the central metal ion or atom. Examples are carbonyl, water molecule, NH3, fluoride, chloride, bromide and iodide. So on nitrogen, in ammonia, there is a lone pair of electron which is donated to central metal atom or ion. Hence, only one electron pair is donated and therefore it is called as monodentate ligand. Second type of ligand is bidentate ligand. The name indicates that this ligand contains two donor atom, donates two electron pair to the central metal atom or ion. So these contain two donor atoms and have ability to attach to the central metal ion or atom through these two donor atoms. Example is ethylene diamine, oxalato, glycinato. So ethylene diamine contains two nitrogen donor atoms and through which it attaches to the central metal ion or atom. Therefore, it is called as bidentate ligand. Next definition, polydentate ligands. Now see, these ligands have ability to attach to the central metal ion or atom through at least two or more donor atoms. Got it? So these ligands contains two or more than two donor atoms and through which they attaches to the central metal ion forms coordinate bond. These ligands are also called as polydentate ligands. See, when ligand contains two donor atoms, it is called as bidentate ligand. When it contains three donor atoms, it is called as tridentate ligand. When it contains four donor atoms, it is called as tetradentate. When it contains five donor atoms, it is called as pentadentate. And when it contains six donor atoms, it is called as hexadentate. Okay, so this is about polydentate ligand. Now see next definition, chelates and chelating agent. Just we have discussed, in a polydentate ligand or multidentate ligand, two or more than two donor atoms are present and they coordinate to this central atom or ions by the simultaneous use of two or more electron pairs. Such type of ligand are called as chelating ligands, or they are also called as chelating agents. So got it? Polydentate ligand, multidentate ligand attaches to the metal ion through two or more than two donor atoms. When these ligands are attached to metal atom or ion, there is formation of the complex which is known as chelate. What it is called as? Chelate. And the process of formation of metal chelate between metal ion and chelating agent is called as chelation. It is called chelation. Next point, properties, characteristics of chelate compound. Now see, when multidentate ligand, polydentate ligand attaches to the metal ion through the two or more than two donor atoms, at that time, property number 1, 5 or 6 membered heterocyclic rings is formed. Okay, 5 or 6 membered heterocyclic ring is formed. As ring is formed, this complex is more stable than simple complex. Okay, chelate means multidentate ligands are attached. Polydentate ligands are attached to metal ion or atom. While simple complex means, in this case, monodentate ligand is attached to center metal ion or atom. So, as ring is present in chelate compound, it is more stable than simple complex. Next property, metal ions having greater charge have tendency to form chelates. For example, Fe3 plus forms more stable complexes. It has more tendency to form chelate compounds as compared to Cu2 plus, or if metal ion having +1 charge. Got it? So see here, this is the structure of chelate compound. Here ethylene diamine is attached, NH2, CH2, NH2. See, this is the structure of ethylene diamine. Two donor nitrogen atoms are present in this ethylene diamine and it attaches to the cobalt. See, in this way, through these nitrogen atoms. So 3 molecules of ethylene diamine are attached to cobalt, and hence here there is formation of heterocyclic ring. This is 5-membered ring. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5-membered rings are present in chelate compound and therefore they are more stable than simple metal complex. See the difference, comparison between metal chelate and metal complex. So here in first column metal complex and in second column there is metal chelate. Metal complex, these are formed by simple monodentate ligands which are called as complexing agent. For example, fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide, cyanide, these are called as complexing agent because they are monodentate ligands. Then see, metal chelates are formed by simple multidentate ligands which are called as chelating agents. Got it? So, multidentate ligand attaches to the metal ion or atom through 2 or more than 2 donor atoms. So, these ligands are called as chelating agent. Next one, heterocyclic rings are not formed and metal complexes are simple compounds. Monodentate ligand attaches to metal ion, metal atom, and there is no formation of heterocyclic ring. While heterocyclic ring is formed and metal chelates are cyclic compounds. In previous slide we have discussed the ethylene diamine complex of cobalt. Okay, that is a chelate. In that structure we have seen that there is formation of heterocyclic ring. That compound is cyclic. Okay, so heterocyclic ring is formed and metal chelates are cyclic compounds. Then see next point, these are moderately stable metal complexes, while these are metal chelates are highly stable. Because heterocyclic ring is present, we require more amount of energy to break that heterocyclic ring. Therefore, they are more stable. Metal chelates are most stable, highly stable than metal complexes. Now see important definition from coordination chemistry. Next one, coordinate or dative bond. We have discussed coordination compound is formed when ligand donates electron pair to metal atom or metal ion, and at that time there is formation of coordinate bond. Now see, what is covalent bond? Covalent bond is formed when there is sharing of electrons between two atoms. Okay, each atom shares one electron to form this bond, covalent bond. That means for bond formation, minimum two electrons are required. They are contributed by two atoms. But in coordinate bond, what happens? The electron pair or the two electrons which are required for formation of bond is contributed, is shared by only one atom. At that time, the bond formed is called as coordinate bond, or it is also called as dative bond. See, coordinate or dative bond is a special type of covalent bond in which two shared electrons are contributed by only one of the two atoms joined together, linked together. Got it? So, in this way, only one atom donates electron pair to the formation of this coordinate bond. The atom contributing or donating the electron pair is known as a donor. Okay, we have discussed the example of NH3 molecule. In NH3, on nitrogen there is electron pair. It donates this electron pair to central metal atom or ion. Okay, and therefore it is called as donor atom. Next point, the atom which accepts the electron pair is known as acceptor. That means here in coordination compound, metal atom or metal ion accepts electron pair. So this is known as acceptor. Metal atom or ion is known as acceptor and ligands are known as donor. The coordinate bond is shown by arrow directed from donor atom to acceptor atom. That means ligands are donating electron pair to metal atom. Therefore, at this end there is a ligand and at this end there is metal atom or ion. So head of the arrow is toward metal ion. That means electrons are donated from ligand to metal atom. Then say next definition, coordination number. So the number of ligands, that is coordinated groups, which are directly attached to the central metal atom or ion is known as coordination number of the metal atom or ion. Got it? That means if the coordination number of metal atom is 4, that means 4 ligands are attached, coordinated to the metal atom or ion. If there is octahedral complex, that means 6 ligands are attached to the metal atom or ion. So coordination number is 6 here. In short, the number of ligands attached to central metal atom or ion is called as coordination number. So this is about some important definitions from coordination chemistry. Let us see next point, kinetic stability and thermodynamic stability. So there are two types of stability of complexes, kinetic stability and thermodynamic stability. When ligand donates electron pair to central metal atom, okay, there is formation of the complexes. So stability of these complexes depends on these two types of stability. First one, kinetic stability. So this kinetic stability measures the rate, the speed at which complex formation taking place. Hence it explains inertness and stability of complexes. Okay, this is about kinetic stability. So it gives information about speed of the reaction. Then say thermodynamic stability. It is a measure of extent of formation of a complex under given set of condition and at an equilibrium. Okay, so it gives measure of extent of formation of a complex. That stability is called as thermodynamic stability, and it is explained in terms of stability as well as instability. Let us turn to next definition, formation constant. For this, let us consider aqueous solution of nickel sulfate. That means nickel sulfate is dissolved in water. Aqueous solution of nickel sulfate is green in color. It is green in color due to presence of this complex ion. Hexa-aquo-nickel complex ion is present and therefore the color of the solution is green. This is the reaction. Nickel sulfate, NiSO4, water is added. That means it is dissolved in water. So here there is formation of this complex. So it consists hexa-aquo-nickel complex ion. To this solution, when ammonia is added, what happened? There is color change. Color becomes blue. Why this is so? There is replacement of water molecules by ammonia molecules. This is the reaction. This is the hexa-aquo complex ion, okay, of nickel, and in this ammonia molecules are added. So these water molecules are replaced, and here now there is formation of hexamine nickel complex ion. And due to this formation of complex ion, the complex color is blue. So it is blue in color. For this reaction, the equilibrium constant K, this is K, which is called as equilibrium constant. It is written as concentration of hexamine nickel complex ion into concentration of water divided by concentration of hexa-aquo complex ion of nickel into concentration of ammonia. But water is present in large excess. Its concentration is large. Therefore, its concentration is taken as constant. So above equation is written as K is equal to hexamine nickel complex ion concentration divided by hexa-aquo complex ion of nickel concentration into concentration of ammonia. Water concentration is not considered, and this K is known as formation constant or stability constant. On the value of K, the stability of complex is depend. How? If value of K is high, the complex is stable. If value of K is low, the complex is unstable. Got it? So the stability of complex is depend on the value of K, which is called as formation constant. Now see 1 upon K. reciprocal of formation constant is known as instability constant. Okay. Then see next point, stepwise and overall formation constant. Stepwise and overall formation constant. So in this case we have to discuss. So ligands are added stepwise to the metal solution, and then there is formation of coordination compound, complex compound. Means in first step, first ligand is added. In second step, second ligand is added, and in this way, what is the coordination number of that metal ion? Such number of ligands are added to that metal ion and there is formation of complex. Let us consider the general reaction. To this metal ion, n number of ligands are added. It is depend on coordination number of that metal ion. If coordination number is 4, 4 ligands are added. If coordination number is 6, 6 ligands are added and there is formation of MLN complex. N is coordination number of that metal ion. So the equilibrium constant K for above reaction is concentration of MLN divided by concentration of metal into concentration of ligand, and this K is known as overall formation constant or stability constant. Agreed? This is the first point. Now see second point. The formation of complex proceeds by stepwise addition of ligands to metal. See this first step. To the metal ion, first ligand is added. There is formation of Ml complex. So for first step, K1 is equal to concentration of Ml divided by concentration of metal into concentration of ligand. Here the value of N is 1. Then see second step. The product of first step Ml, in this Ml, second ligand is added, therefore here there is formation of Ml2 complex. Therefore K2 is equal to concentration of Ml2 divided by concentration of Ml into concentration of L ligand. This is K2. Then see next step K3. Now the product of second step Ml2, in that third ligand is added. So there is formation of Ml3. For this reaction K3 is equal to concentration of Ml3 divided by concentration of Ml2 into L. The third ligand added concentration. In this way, in Mln-1, last ligand is added and there is formation of Mln complex. N is coordination number. If N is equal to 4, that means this is Ml3. 4 minus 1, that is 3. So in Ml3 we have to add fourth ligand and there is formation of Ml4 complex. If N is equal to 6, here Ml5 we have to consider and in that sixth ligand is added. So there is formation of Ml6 complex. So N is coordination number. So for this reaction Kn is equal to concentration of Mln divided by concentration of Mln minus 1 concentration into concentration of ligand. In this way, these equilibrium constant K1, K2, K3 up to Kn are called as stepwise formation or stability constant. Remember well, N is nothing but the coordination number of the metal ion. Follow? So this is about stepwise formation or stability constant. In this case, what we have done, stepwise we have added ligand. Follow? Then say next, point overall stability constant. It is denoted by capital K or beta N. So this overall stability constant is related with above stepwise formation constants K1, K2, K3 up to Kn. How it is related? See this equation. K or beta n overall stability constant is equal to K1 into K2 into K3 up to Kn. That means K or beta n is the product of stepwise formation constants. So friends, for this lecture, this is sufficient. In next lecture, we continue the study of coordination chemistry. Thank you.